What's up, everybody? Adam Knox here, professional surf coach and former professional surfer. Today, I'm going to be breaking down a new client. Um, she's from LA. She is 26 years old, and she's pretty much a beginner. And when I got her, she was, she'd never done a snap. She didn't know where to snap. She didn't know where to look. And just by looking, briefly through all these clips, she just went to El Salvador. She loves it over there, and this is the same place that I saw the previous clips, and kind of decided that I'd work with her. I usually don't work with beginners, but she was super determined, and I'm psyched that I said yeah because yeah, there's a lot of progression here. We've been working together for about a month. And yeah, it's usually pretty hard to work with beginners because a lot of the stuff they need to learn is, just time in the ocean. But yeah, as long as people freaking are dedicated, then I'm in because we're both dedicated to the same thing. Um, Anyways, let's get right into it. Okay, so I was just talking to her about this stance, right? So on the Carver board, she's down. I get her into form, right? But when she gets into her surf stance, she should really have, this back knee bent in, like so, and lower, have her butt down a bit more, like this. And you can see how like there's so much kind of weight on this front leg. Um, I would like her to shift that back leg in and load up like 60% on the back leg, um, instead of all that weight on the front. And she's kind of getting away with it because she's riding a bigger board, but maybe I'll throw her on one of my boards and just show her all the things that really don't work when you have, when you're riding different equipment, because that wouldn't work loading up like that. So, anyways, I would love to see her lower, coming off the bottom, and this is kind of like a little too advanced for her, like this section here or here. So she should really be like, looking here, but also setting. She's sitting down here at the bottom, so her main thing would be to get up here and actually like be able to use the wave for speed. So she dropped in, and I'd like her to be up here and get some speed, and then really eye up this target. So I'm running out of room here. Eye up this target here, and then throw down a big hack or a backside turn or whatever. So let's see what she does. So she went around. She got some speed from that from dropping in. Things kind of running on her. Little snap. Let's see. See all the water on deck right here? It wasn't a smooth transition. See this water like running across, like you don't want that. You want your board to be able to roll from heel side flat to toe side, nice and clean. So she must have hit a bump, and also like that stance. It's so rigid. Any bump you hit is just gonna splash over the top of the board. I think it's really what it is. It's the transition of rolling from rail to rail, but it's also just like having such a you know rigid stance. If I were to get up on like a wakeboard or a surfboard and stand straight up, I'm gonna hit every bump and everything's gonna splash over me. So, um, yeah, I mean, there's a few issues there, but at least she goes through the motion of a snap right there. You can kind of see, a little bit of a turn through here, right? That's where the snap kind of was, um, but not quite. But I like her going for it, so that's good. See, the weight's back, but again, it's like she needs to get her butt down, get this back knee back in again, and hinge at the waist. She needs to be over the front a little bit more, but with the weight back. I know it sounds crazy, but hinging at the waist and then setting back is really where she needs to be, not just kind of standing like she's standing like you would on a snowboard. That doesn't really fly too much in surfing, stylistically and everything else. Okay, so she's looking. You can see that she's staring down something. Let's see what she's gonna do. Looks like she's looking here, but it's hard to tell. Let's see where she goes. Ooh, okay. Oh, all right. That was actually pretty sick. I guarantee that she doesn't know that she just did like a full on floater. Like, check this out. That's how you float it right there. So she was eyeing up the lip. I think she was gonna go for a snap, and then maybe got caught in between two minds. Like she didn't know she couldn't really turn it over. So her snap was more of a redirect, which actually got her onto the lip, and she's floating that section. So all she has to do now is literally, damn, this would have been so rad if she would have pulled this off. Like floaters are the one of the first things that you learn as a kid. You know roundhouse floater, um, bottom turn, snap, that kind of stuff. But she should be looking, you know, pretty much here, and you want to shift your board over and just get that board to drop straight back down. But you want to be stacked over your board. Um, but yeah, dude, check that out. She just fully got up on the lip, did a floater, and then all she had to do is literally just keep the eye on the prize and just go, all right, oh, I just need to turn back like towards the beach and I can ride out of this. Like all she has to do is just go, oh, set a rail like this and just drop back in, and then bottom turn, and then wham, another turn right here, snap. But yeah, I guarantee you she probably doesn't even know what a floater is. She, I don't know. She may know what it is, but I don't think she knows she did one. So that's pretty sick, and that's cool that she can handle it. See if we can get her to do them consistently. That's the goal. Okay, so again, off the bottom, she kind of got like a pretty good drive out of this bottom turn. Like she needs to drop she needs to drop her ass down big time. Like just get your butt down, like her butt should be like around like this mark, like off the bottom. Like it needs to drop like almost like a foot. So shove your butt back and sit into the bottom turn. You want to be like completely loaded up so you can push through. She's just kind of going off of like, the assist from the wave, the energy from the wave, and then the gravity of the dropping in, and she's just setting a rail, kind of like a longboarder would. But if you were to sit into it, you can actually hold and kind of control your bottom turn by having enough bend in the body at the waist, at the hips, and in the ankles as well. But she just kind of sets a rail like you would on a longboard, and is like kind of trimming. So get the butt down, and yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so there's some water on deck again. So every time we see this, it's not. We don't want that. We don't want that to happen. No water on the deck for us. Let's see if she can come out. Whoa, dude, that was a nice turn. Okay, so she wasn't low off the bottom, but she had the speed, and then she really made up for it. Really made up for it in my book. I mean, usually those things cause you to like screw up your turn. You snowball effect, like almost like you're tripping, running really fast, and you just keep tripping until you fall. Um, Look at this turn. She brings it all the way back to the pocket, which is pretty sick. See where she's looking. So I think like right here, you can see that her eyes are still kind of here. But when you enter this turn here and you're coming around like so, you need to be looking back to where you want to go. And I've noticed that with her is that she doesn't quite know where she wants to go, so she doesn't quite look to where she wants to go. But in this turn right here, I'll try and clean it up for you a little bit. But as you start the turn here off the top, right when you get to about here, you should no doubt have your eyes just searching for here. You want to bring the turn around all the way through like she does, and you want to bring it back up to the power and just, I mean, you could do a rebound right there, but you want to end it you want to end it high on the wave so you have the momentum to drop back down and repeat. Wham, right? Nice turn, and so on and so forth. So, getting her to look in the right place. She does still not looking, kind of, sort of. I think she got lucky on that one. No offense, Nicole, but it was sick. It was committed, but you got to know where to look. And so on this turn, yeah, right here, you got to just be like, okay, I'm going to look here because that's where I want to be. That's where I want to end my turn. Okay. Anyways, that was kind of a rope, dude. I love that she brought it back. And I tell my guys, all my like professionals and everything else, like I want you to end your turns with your nose pointing back towards the whitewash. And look where her nose is, pointing back towards the whitewash. Pretty epic. Bang. Okay. So that's what I call right there is like kind of a heads up maneuver. I wish I had this clip of me in Oceanside. It was obviously more gnarly and all that stuff, but I mean, okay. So again, off the bottom, a lot of speed. Horrible positioning. That's not the attack position. It's almost like a standing position. But to be able to come up underneath the lip like that, wham, slam it, and then get out before it shuts the door on you is something we all use. If it gets too gnarly, I'd rather turn underneath and get out quick. So that was like full on heads up maneuver, heads up play. That was awesome. I was super stoked on that. Since I have 18 seconds left, I don't even know how to timer on this thing. And I'm working on Pacto right now.